County Board of Education on Thursday, June the 29th at 5 p.m. And first thing we'll do is have the pledge. Olive, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It's customary, we always take about a couple minutes for silence to reflect in your own way on something that you may have that's on your mind or whatever, so let's take a couple minutes of silence. Thank you. I might get through this board meeting and I may not. I don't know. Silence is terrible today. We need a motion to approve the minutes of June the 17th, 2010, a regular meeting.
I move.
Been so moved. I have a second.
I'll second.
Been properly moved and second. Are there any discussion? No discussion. We'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Do we have any public comments?
I think we do this on. Ms. Hager?
Ms. Hager, you have signed to speak to the board, so if you'd like
I
to.
was just going to comment when Dana spoke to it. The only thing I did, we had our meeting, we met for a picnic on Saturday afternoon. And there's a lot of people there that's already doing a sketch to, where they want, like to have benches or where they'd like to have flowers and things in it. So I'm just waiting to find out what Dana found out.
Dana, you want to comment, speak to the board on that? Sure.
Walk Bridge update for Lincoln County House 2. The engineers still have not completed the cost estimate. But Mr. Harold Simmons, the coordinator of the grant, assures me that they're going to do that soon. As soon as I get that information, I'll share that with you. And he said the grants, the money's there. We're not in jeopardy of losing any of the grant money. In fact, he assured me that if the cost estimates were above what we've got allocated for the project, he'll give you plenty of time to discuss it, a month or two. He said you'll have plenty of time to either come up with some additional money or decide not to do the project. So you'll have plenty of time to change your mind or continue the project. And I gave Ms. Brenda the forms that you need to sign after you decide to continue with the project.
Just for your information. Thank you.
The main thing he wanted me to remind you was that the bridge and the trails, of course one depends on the other, and that they must be ADA compliant, meaning all the regular visibility requirements.
So there's no deadline now on that?
Dana, when you talk about a cost estimate now, is that a cost estimate for the trails, or the bridge, or what are we talking about?
I assured him that we were committed to the trails. We've got volunteers. They did do an estimate on the trails, but it's nowhere near what it's going to be because we've got volunteers and gravel's already over there. So the trails is not the issue. It's the cost of the bridge, I think, that's going to decide whether you continue or abandon the project.
That's where I'm a little bit unclear. If the grant and the money the county commission is committed, I thought, it was my understanding that was
For the bridge.
for the bridge.
Yes.
So why are we necessarily waiting? I mean, obviously we have to have the bridge, or it would be going to nowhere, to have the walkway. But you know, isn't the board really just looking at cost of building these walkways and being compliant, like you said?
Well, it depends on, when you actually bid the project, is when you'll know how much the actual bridge is going to cost. We've got $100,000 for the bridge. It could be $120,000 when it goes to bid, or it could be $90,000. Nobody knows. What the engineers are going to do is give you a cost estimate so that you can decide whether to sign the papers and continue and actually take bids and see where it lays.
And who'll be doing the bidding process?
There's an engineer that is hired through the grant that will do the bidding.
So-
And part of our money, part of that $100,000 goes to pay the engineer to bid the project also. So there's not quite $100,000 there for the bridge.
But that's a requirement of the grant, is that correct?
Yes.
That they would go through that process rather than us trying to do it?
And the limit was $100,000, so we couldn't apply for $125,000 and have some contingency things there. But I believe that the cost estimate or the actual bid will be close to the grant application. Because we had preliminarily talked to some people that sold the bridges. So our estimate just didn't come out of the blue. Of course, that was several years ago. Problem with inflation and that kind of stuff could come into play. You know, the budget figure was based on a person that sold bridges for a living, wall bridges, and which included the installation of the bridge. So I don't expect it to be unusually high with that budget. I just don't think it will be. The engineer's cost estimate could be. But you really don't know what a project's going to cost until you put it out for bid.
But even then, you're not bound by it unless you accept that bid, right?
Right. The only thing you'd be bound by would be the cost estimate of the engineers that's going to give you the cost estimate. When you sign this paper, you're thinking in terms that, you know, the cost is going to be somewhere near his estimate. But it could be less. You know, there's a lot of bids are coming in real low for construction right now. People need to work, and they're bidding the projects pretty low.
It's a metal bridge or wood?
The price that we originally got years ago, I believe, it had wood boards on it, and it was constructed out of steel with wood boards.
What was the price we had on the bridge? Was it 40 or 60 or something without?
It was a little more than that, I believe.
We just said that they just told us to bid, to just go ahead and leave the sidewalks off and bid 100.
Yeah.
That's what they told us.
I don't recall what the original cost the bridge guy gave us. I don't even remember the name of the company.
I know some of this.
I've got that information somewhere. Until we actually bid the project and the engineer designs what we have to use.
But we're not bound. At one time, I kind of got the impression that we were bound to go ahead and pursue this walkways before they would pursue, or, you know, go ahead.
One time we were, they changed the grant to they changed it to a different type of grant that would give us more time and give them more time because they've got 20-some projects they're working on.
We're not bound to go ahead and build the walkways before they'll say, yeah, we're going to put it bridge.
No. In fact, we wouldn't want to build our walkways until we know the exact location of the bridge.
Well, obviously.
Which is going to have to be at Heritage Park. It's the only property, that's the only place that we can do it where we don't have property issues. And if you remember, condemnation for a walkway is not possible at this time.
And that's what we were waiting on to start the walkways. He would just tell us